What is going on, everybody? Welcome to
up?
another episode of 302 Birds. Jack, I got to ask you right off the bat, give me a quick 1 minute recap of the Vikings game, maybe a 1 to 2 minute breakdown. Did you expect that win, first off? Did you see that coming? Is primetime Kirk Cousins trash? Give us a quick rundown.
Yeah, no, I did not expect that to happen at all. Because, I mean, after seeing them play the week prior, they looked really good against the Packers. But I am happy for the win. But at the same time, I was telling Josh today at work, and Josh, my roommate, that, yeah, it's a win. Slay played awesome. Kirk Cousins primetime's trash. But we can't play a full first half, score touchdowns, and then have the same damn score after halftime. That's going to bite us in the ass in the future in this season. But Slay played out his mind. That fucking pass that my boy Hurts had, dime to Quez Watkins, was beautiful. All in all, really excited to see what happens, for this season. I mean, I will say I think this Commanders game kind of solidifies, if we are who we are. Commanders aren't the greatest of a team, but they've been playing pretty well. Yes, they got destroyed by the Lions, but this is going to be a prove it game, I think, this week.
Do you think that the Lions have a legit chance to beat the Vikings or no? Just as a follow-up question.
I think they do. I mean, we were talking about the game, if they play the same coverage that they played against the Eagles, that game's going to be over because they were not pressing us at all during the game. We could get little slants in. I don't know what the defense coordinator for the Vikings was thinking, but I think the Lions, they're not a shitty team, and they're going to maybe lose this game, but only by touchdown or field goal. But I think they have a chance to win, again next week.
All right. Now, on a side note, we don't have to talk about, obviously, what the tweets were that were liked. Everybody saw what they saw. On, just a professional standpoint, what's your opinion on this whole scenario with Doc Rivers down major? I mean, you think that was him? You think that was someone hacking him? What do you think of his response? All in all, just professional.
I didn't see his response, but I don't really think it was him. I think he was hacked because the stuff that he was liking and whatever, I don't think that's Doc Rivers at all. I don't think Doc Rivers has that sick of a mind to be liking that type of shit. He definitely got hacked. So, yeah, he's down. I don't know what he responded, but did you hear it before we move on? Or you can talk about it first. You see the go ahead.
Sorry, what I was just going to say is at the end of the day, I don't know what happened. I just think it's a unfortunate situation to be put in. I have nothing to say on it otherwise. I just think it's odd. I feel like he's been, too quiet, and I don't know if that quote was true of him. He did speak out and say that it wasn't him. He was hacked, and I do believe that. The weird thing was, I think that the Phillies scored a run right after or something, and he's like, yeah, let's go Phillies or something. He's like rooting with the team. So that was a little bit odd to me personally. But the whole scenario, I just think really is just odd. We're going to bring in one of our Sixers experts who, Greg, professionally, keyword, professionally, what do you think of this?
Hey, what's up, everyone? So first off, this isn't.
Oh, I like that. I like the swag.
Yeah! Wow! Let's see it. Come on, turn around, baby. 360. Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So this is nothing new, as in not Doc Rivers, but there's been coaches in the past. I believe it was who was it? I think it was the Nova's coach who did it in the past. Our freshman year, I remember Nova's coach had something similar. This has happened. May it be the coach's fault or someone else's? I mean, celebrities do weird things, and they're into weird things sometimes. So this isn't anything out of the ordinary. He could have been hacked. It could have been him. It can just be weird things they do. This is nothing new, in my opinion, and he's still gonna get the job done. I mean, weird. It's obviously weird, but what can we do? It's
I mean, I think this season there's gonna be a black cloud following him all season. He's still gonna dwell on this, whether it happened, if it's truthful or not. But just keep your nose to the grindstone. Just do what your job is and coach.
Hey, man, as long as he gets the job done, wins games, goes to the playoff.
I mean, it's media and it's everywhere in politics. So, you mean, do we trust media all the time? No.
Yeah, and you got to remember that this has been happening on forever. Nowadays, when people can hack anyone or anyone can see what anyone does, it's even more in the light. It's always been happening. It's now just hitting the light even more. Again, if that gets the chip, he can watch whatever the hell he wants. I really don't care. But results will be results. If he doesn't get results, then maybe you should take a break from it. But that's my opinion.
Kyle, KJ.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Chilling.
Pretty good. So,
What do you think about
yeah.
Doc?
I keep on hearing about what happened with Doc. I'm not too familiar what exactly happened with Doc because I've honestly been in football mode, but
there was tweets that he may have liked that were pretty inappropriate.
Controversial.
Really?
Just
out
of nature.
Detail about it, but it was
geez.
pretty bad what he was doing.
It's nothing where it's like
you can look it up for yourself.
It's,
all right, cool.
It's
Sounds good.
like politically.
I mean, it sounds bad, but yeah.
Great.
You know what I mean? But yeah, Glenn Rivers, shame on you, man. I mean,
it's just
got to get your act together, man. Seriously. But I mean, if you can, you win us games, I really, as Greg was just saying, I could care less. I mean, just
all Philly fans, just everything just goes away if you win games, I guess, in Philadelphia, right?
Well, I mean, it
all good.
So
if he's like, it's different if he's doing stuff where it's like politically incorrect, if it's insulting a group of people, if it's actually like harassing people, like being derogatory, stuff like that, that's completely different. You know, like that is not accepted across the board. But if it's something freaky like that, then it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, you could be in hot water like the Suns owner. Have you heard about that?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Now that is bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
You know what I mean? Like that's actually like you are just being a terrible human being. You know what I mean? Like the guys.
You know who's not in hot water though, Jack? Your boy putting Delaware on the map. I know you're gonna love this segment.
Yeah, whoever made this, I love it.
I made it.
Boy from Jersey, right over the bridge. Was a Delaware quarterback.
Could you sing us a "Don't Stop Believing" verse with this, like telling us a story life of Joe Flacco? That would be pretty cool.
I don't know how to do that.
It's the Jersey boy.
Yeah,
just the college in South Newark.
Born and raised in New Jersey. Took a train across the bridge to play football for the Blue Hens. Got drafted by the Ravens. Won a Super Bowl and made a lot of money and then shit the bed. But now he's at New York Jets and he's filling in for Luke or whatever his name is. This guy played phenomenal.
The MILF Hunter.
But no.
Smoking Joe Flacco.
Joking all aside, no, this guy, he kind of was on the bottom of the map. Recently was in Philly a little bit. Had a great career in Baltimore and then kind of just went downhill from there after he got that big paycheck. But seeing him play like this against a pretty decent opponent in like last 18 seconds of the fourth quarter and win the game, that's phenomenal. And I love seeing that this guy who's been getting a lot of shit for how he's been playing just kind of took them by the hair and just carried the team on his back. So this guy, I'm excited. I'm happy that he got the start. And I think he's going to do well this season.
I was watching a game with my uncle who's a Jets fan. And we were sitting there and we saw his fourth quarter and we saw the score and we were both like, yeah, game's done. It was like 2 minutes left. We're like, game's over. And we saw they won. We're like, what happened? What did Flacco do?
And that was Flacco, but also Garrett Wilson popped off that thing as well.
Jack Jordan, you and Flacco have walked on the same sidewalk before. You and Flacco have probably sat on the same toilet at some restaurants. Just think about that.
And Buffalo Wild Wings in Newark.
You two are Delaware royalty, both of you. You're the mayor of Newark. He's just the GOAT in the NFL right now. In all seriousness, though, it's great to see Joe Flacco bounce back, local guy, putting Delaware on the map. And if you're from Delaware, you know there's not really much we got going for us. So anytime we can talk about how great we are, we're going to talk about how great we are. I mean, KJ's got his whole fucking setup over there. Where did you get that jersey from? Tell me the story behind that.
I got it custom made, Amazon. and then I ironed on this patch. You know me, I love ironing on patches and stuff. It's like my thing. So, but yeah, it's a homemade Joe Flacco jersey. My brother was there for literally 2 days, so I have no hatred towards University of Delaware at all. So, and my brother's friend is the tight end for Delaware. So,
hell yeah,
yeah. Shout out to Matt Carlino.
Go Blue Hens.
Yep. But yeah, no, I think I saw a little bit of what Joe was doing, and I mean, it's great to see a guy who is a veteran player who we thought really doesn't really have anything anymore. But I mean, he was able to show that. I mean, a Jets team, they were able to beat the Browns like that. I mean, I know the Browns don't have their starting quarterback, but yeah, no, Flacco. I mean, it's gonna bring up some questions if they want to keep Zach Wilson, if they want to bring back Zach Wilson and put him in, or if they want to keep the Flacco game going. So we'll see what the Jets are going to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see when. I'm not sure when Zach's expected to come back, but I mean, they should be solid from until he comes back.
We have something a little bit different tonight for your call-ins, Jack. We were supposed to have my guy Stan, but I don't think he can make it tonight. So instead, we're actually going to have Greg just as the call-ins, and he'll have an Eagles question, I'm sure, for us in a second. I'll give him a second to think of one. King bullshit. He'll have one. Don't worry. But Jack, you want to tell him real quick about our sponsor, and then just tell me when, and I'll cue it up.
Yeah, no, like we're talking about University of Delaware, baby. El Diablo Burritos down Main Street, greatest burritos in town. Really appreciate you sponsoring us for this call-in. Hit that intro.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is, but their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless, go Birds.
Thanks again. Appreciate local restaurant like you supporting us.
And I had that for the first time when I watched the games with you guys the other week.
It's pretty smacking, right?
Kicks Chipotle in the teeth.
Oh, 100%. You're not wrong there.
All right, Greg, what do you got for us tonight? What do you want to talk about Eagles-wise, Greg, the Sixers fan?
Eagles-wise. I mean, if we want to talk Eagles, man, we all saw what happened Monday. Like, let's talk about Darius Slay. Like, I remember, so when I came down, I was watching, Jack, remember watching the Vikings game? And we were like, they are not guarding Jefferson at all. The Packers, you know what I mean? They were not him at all. He was open. I mean, they were guarding him, obviously. But, like, most of his catches, there was no one on him. No one was contesting him. Darius Slay, all he had to do, get his cardio up, stay on him. And what happened? Block the ball, intercepted.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's all you.
Yeah, like 3 deflections, 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, and he literally had a pick after he got injured the play before, and he's like, I'm not getting off the field. So, granted, he played out of his mind last week, but at the same time, he had 5 other opportunities to pick it off, and it was in his hands, and he just couldn't grab it. But I'm not knocking anything towards him. I loved seeing him giving the ball to Harden. That was crazy to see.
What a sight.
That was dope.
What a sight that was.
And this is the reason why we signed him. We needed somebody like that. He was locks on Jefferson. Jefferson was getting pissed. As you can clearly see, he had maybe 2 catches, 3 catches. Like, he played didn't play well.
He talked so much shit before that game too. He was like, yeah, Philly passed up on me. I'm gonna make them pay for it.
Granted, I would love to have him.
And Jalen Reagor was talking crap too, and he didn't do jack shit.
Yeah, it's funny because there was a meme. Jalen Reagor had 2 targets to him, didn't catch any of them. Or he had one reception, and then Darius Slay had 5 targets, caught 2 of them. Like, played a lot better than Rager. So
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Also, Bradbury. What about him, dude? He played great as well. Like the defense was just on it all night. I mean, hiccups, but
Exactly.
like
Bradbury helps out a lot. I mean,
and that whole game, if Siposs didn't get that tackle, the titles would have turned, and we would have been a close game if Siposs didn't stop that, because that turned into a
good job for Siposs there.
Yeah, so
For once, Siposs did something.
And you know what the great thing is too? We have the diversity in the defense where yes, Slay can go guard someone, but that's not our whole defense. You know, like that's not limiting us. Bradbury can help out. Anyone can help out. Even Maddox was having a good game. You know, like just because you have to guard Jefferson doesn't mean that you sacrifice letting other people open, such as like Thielen, Smith, like other weapons like that were still contested and could not like score as often because of that.
Also, what blew my mind was when we brought the rush. You see what happened? Incomplete pass, picks. Like Gannon, like put that in your goddamn head. Oh, maybe we should blitz. Maybe it works out. Don't blitz all the time. Blitz in special, occasions, but blitz. You saw what it does. Makes confusion, confuses the quarterback, causes them quick thinkly. Like, what the hell are we doing, Gannon? Pick it up. Start blitzing more and give pressure.
All good questions. Well, I want to thank Greg, our Sixers expert, for coming on the show tonight and supporting us. And once again, I mean, look at this handsome guy. Can't thank him enough for rocking that shirt tonight in honor of us and getting that shirt. Of course, he won the contest, but I really do like the gray. I haven't seen that yet with that tee, and it looks pretty. I don't know if it's the model or if it's the shirt or a combination of the two, but I'm feeling a certain type of way over here.
Yeah, dope shirt. I have the red one, so just got in the mail. It's pretty dope.
I just like simple gray, man. Simple man.
Well, thank you for coming through, Greg. We appreciate you as always.
Beautiful man.
Greg.
Take it easy.
I love you, Greg.
All right, Jack, and do want to thank you know who. Go ahead, take it away.
Again, Diablo Burritos, appreciate you sponsoring us. It goes a long way. We're trying to get more people in your doors, but it means a lot that you want to support a small podcast like us that's trying to blow up.
100%. Great.
Oh, I wish Seb was here because he has a good talk about this. But all I got to say is Montego Monarchs prepare to lose. I'm sorry. I got you this week.
Nope. We coming, man. We got to be 3-0. We got to be 3-0. I'm telling you right now.
We'll see. Dan's God Squad, who was talking all this shit, is 0-2 going to week 3.
I know. Dan was talking some shit.
Granted, Dalton, you didn't win as much as Zep won.
I think I'm the best team in the league right now, honestly. I'm 2-0, and every week I've put up above 144 points.
Who was
143. Last week I put up 161.
Since Zep wasn't here, I think we should talk about the powerhouse of your team this week and tell us why and who it was.
Okay, I like that. I'll pull up my roster right now. I think my best pick in the 302 Birds draft was Justin Jefferson, 2nd overall. And here's why I think that my team is going to be so good. Justin Jefferson sucked this week, and I put up 144 points. Imagine if Justin Jefferson did to that Philly team what he was supposed to do. It would have been a lot different of a story. So, I don't know. In my opinion, that's where I stand. I'm going to the league. I'm going to the scoreboard. All right, guys. So I played Dan Matranga's God Squad this week. Patrick Mahomes, 17.3 points, 2 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift, a receiving touchdown. Aaron Jones, probably my favorite player of the week, with 32 points, bringing it home. This is where all the magic happens, KJ. This is the bedroom. No, I'm just kidding. 132 yards, 2 total touchdowns. Dude went off. Justin Jefferson, 10.8 points. Not horrible. A.J. Brown, 11.9 points. Neither of them had a tutty. Darren Waller, though, tutty, 50 yards, 17 points. Jerry Jeudy, 1 reception for 11 yards. Garbage. Tampa Bay defense coming out and just
25
balling.
points, I'm pretty sure, right?
TD, 3 picks, 2 fumble recoveries, and 10 points allowed. 25 points. And last but not least, my kicker, Jack, give respect to the kicker. McManus for Denver, 12 points, 3 for 3 on field goals. So overall, this team whooped Team Matranga's ass that consisted of Lamar Jackson dropping 42 points.
Yeah, he did good.
And that was pretty much Dan's entire team except for McCaffrey with 16. Nobody else contributed more than 13, being Evan McPherson as kicker.
Yeah, for me and Arrow, I pretty much swiped the floor with him. I don't want to say thank God because that sounds rude, but I love the fact that Keenan Allen wasn't in because Michael Williams went off. He had 25 points, and he had receiving yards. He had let me check. He had 113 receiving yards. Dude went off. And then we got to follow up with Tyreek Hill dropping 42 points.
Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you, that was a great game.
And your pick of the week, dude, you haven't even talked about yet. Holy shit.
Don't worry, I'm getting there. The pick of the week is Amon St. Brown. He went off. I think he had 4 touchdowns. He didn't have as many points as Tyreek Hill, but he had 39 points, dropped it like it's hot. St. Brown went off, and that's why I picked him up because he just seems like a good player, and he's probably their best receiver, and he's not injury prone at all. So great pickup for me.
You have a crystal ball? How'd you know about that?
Jared Goff. Actually, this is the first time I actually researched players and like looked into it, so that's why. And then Arrow, sadly, 128. His biggest player of the week was T. Higgins, dropping 20 points. So good game. Arrow. Too bad he lost, but I'm coming for Mateo Monarchs, baby.
All right, let me get into this game recap. So Bartle just didn't do what they were supposed to do at all. They just Bartle the bed, and as you can see as their logo, it's a dog, and they probably we're just eating some dog shit. So, but let's get into it. So, yeah, for my team, I'll probably say the best player I had, and you guys laughed at me when I picked. You were like, "Oh my God, you picked Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. That's an idiotic move." Tommy. That's what I'm saying. But no, guess what? Josh Allen scored me 29.68. Stephon Diggs scored me 44 points, 12 receptions, 148 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And then I did not start, and I wish I did. I'm looking at it now. I should have started Jalen Waddle because Waddle had 40 points. He went off. I mean, that receiving core, Jack was just talking about it. He has Tyreek Hill. These receivers make Tua look like a legit quarterback. They really do. And I know Dolphin fans are like, he is a legit quarterback. And I'm not convinced yet. I'm not convinced. But yeah, no, it was a good game, and I'm ready to whoop Jackass's freaking team. Can't wait.
And last but not least, we got to talk about probably the game of the week right here. 2 of the biggest shit talkers on the podcast, the Delco scumbags and Hustle and Flow battling it out. Let me paint you a picture, Joshua. You get your ass kicked by Tom Salucci. He's got on a gray hoodie. He's got on a blue Phillies jersey, a Bud Light's in his hand. The Phillies just won the World Series, and Tom is kicking your ass for the second time in fantasy football yet again. In all seriousness, Tom with probably one of the best pickups of the week. Jalen Hurts, if you see numbers, if you're in Mercury retrograde and you're seeing threes all the time, 3-3-3, Jalen Hurts threw for 333 yards, 3 total touchdowns, and had 33 fantasy points. Played David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, Deebo Samuel had a solid game. Mark Andrews, though, was probably the player of the game for Tom with 25 points, 104 yards, and a TD. And Zep just really couldn't get it started. Cooper Kupp putting up 31 points. Despite that, and Stafford putting up 18, nobody else could really get it started, with Miles Sanders being his next biggest scorer after that with 11.6 points.
If you look at his team, his team that last week didn't score any points at all. Literally, that's sad. But guys, when Zep's back, I want to do a lot better next week. But I'm coming for Montego Monarchs.
Montgomery County.
Get it correct.
Montego Bay Monarchs.
Yeah,
The Wilmington
Montego
Wolves are
Bay
gonna
Monarchs.
the Wilmington Wolves are gonna take a nice bite out of the Monarchs, and I'm gonna win this week.
We'll see. We're gonna rip out your vocal cords so the Wolves won't be able to freaking howl anymore.
Damn, fuck.
You two are just going to come up with stuff all night going at each other. Meanwhile, I want to go for a walk in a graveyard. I want to talk about him coming back. The guy, my guy, Slim Reaper Devonta Smith. I know that Quez Watkins has balled out. A.J. Brown has obviously balled out. People are saying, when is Smitty going to ball out? His time is coming. I'm here to assure you. They are going to forget about this guy, and man, he's really good. Don't forget about this catch that he had last year. You know what I'm talking about, the one where we were playing Washington and he drug his legs. And don't forget about that catch, yes, on his old former teammate, Patrick Surtain, who was probably the best cornerback out of last year against the Broncos. So this guy will be balling out. Now that Quez is going to – they're not going to forget about Quez, and they're not going to forget about AJ. And like Darius Slay said, we have 3 Batman. Just literally utilize that, get the ball around, space it out, and I think the Slim Reaper will bounce back.
Yeah,
One thing that I liked about this last week game was we got to all of our receivers on one drive, and it worked very well. And we got to A.J. Brown the first week and whatever. But the fact that Devonta Smith, got some catches this week, almost had a touchdown, like I've told you guys, this is our best receiving core we've had. There's a lot of superstars on this offense for receiving core. We just had to figure out how to work them in together, play well together. I mean, they're playing well together. I don't think Smith was upset first week they didn't get that many balls thrown to him. But, I mean, this dude, we're still solid at a receiving core. Like, we got A.J. Brown, deep threat. Quez Watkins, the deep threat. We got A.J. Brown, the medium threat, I would say. And then we got Devonta Smith, the short pass threat, which that's all we need because – Quez Watkins can burn past the defense. A.J. Brown's an aggressive catch, jump up, grab it, get some yards. So I think we're good. And I think his time is coming.
One thing I will say, I do think that people sleep on Devonta Smith's contested catch ability. Quez Watkins too, but Devonta Smith's especially. Like when you look at that Pat Surtain catch, that is a aggressive 100% contested catch. And I think people sometimes sleep on that for Smitty.
I think Smitty actually even had a good game this week. I think he played pretty good. The only throwing touchdown for Hurts was the Quez Watkins, but I think Smitty was having some good catches. He was doing pretty good. And as we saw week 1, Hurts was going to A.J. Brown a lot, but this time, as Jack was saying, he was spreading the ball out. You saw guys get involved, Devonta, you saw A.J. get involved, you saw Quez, obviously, and then you even saw guys like Dallas Goedert, so that was good to see. I was really impressed with Hurts. I really was. And I think it's we'll talk about it later more. But Devonta's, as Dalton was just saying, Devonta is he's going to blow up, man. He is going to go crazy. He just needs his time. So, and he is pretty good with the contested catches for sure.
And you know what my favorite part about him is too, guys? Remember last week how there was like that Quez Watkins tweet or whatever that was going around, and there was kind of like rumors like Quez was like unhappy. Like you haven't heard any of that bullshit, any of that with Devonta Smith. Like he is like I saw on his Instagram story, like he's sharing like posts about Jalen Hurts doing well, A.J. Brown, Quez Watkins. Like he is a teammate guy, and I think that's why they're going to get the ball to him. Everybody wants to see him succeed, and he has the talent too.
Right, and last thing, you've seen that. Like I said, we have the best receiving core we've had in a while. And spread the ball around, which it works out. Utilize those weapons we have. Don't go to one receiver because they're going to get doubled up later in the season. Spread it about. And I like KJ said, I loved what Hurts did this week. Spreading it around. Smart move. Great offense coordinator play call this week for sure.
So moving on to our next topic. Lockdown corners. PFF, believe it or not, ranked us having 2 top 5 cornerbacks. Bradbury and Slay just absolutely playing lockdown. What do you think, Jack?
I'm not going to say lockdown Bradbury. He's been in our defense
But he's ranked higher than Slay.
Yeah, he is.
From last season.
Lowest passer relating allowed cornerbacks this season. This is all
Oh.
season.
This is all season.
Well, I mean, I haven't really seen – he had pick 6, whatever. But, I mean, I think all in all, whether rankings matter or not, Darius Slay is by far the better lockdown cornerback we have on our team. This dude makes people pissed off. Like, I love to see that. He knows how to read the pass, knows how to read the player. Like, I haven't really seen that much from Bradbury at all. I guess I should look at him more, next week when we're there.
Yeah, talk about that for a second too.
Yeah, so
Yep.
KJ, me, and Dolt, I think we're going to do some vlogs in DC. But we got tickets today to go see the Birds versus the Commanders on Sunday at 1. We're going to have a good time. We are going to have a blast. And we're gonna bring you along with the ride. And stay tuned for some great clips of us at the tailgates and shit like that.
It's going to be dope. It is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. I've been to that stadium. It's not the best stadium. It's actually one of the worst. But
maybe we'll get a chance to sue them.
yeah, we might get a lawsuit. It'd be nice. Get some upgrades for the show. It'd be nice. It works out. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, I like it.
So I guess we kind of already talked about next week's game. Who do we see Slay locking down this week, and who do we see Bradbury locking down?
That's a good question.
They have a decent receiving core. They got Gibson, who's that running back threat, slant threat, or whatever you want to call him. You got what's his face, the rookie,
Dotson.
Yeah, Dotson. So who do we want to place on who?
I think Slay will probably be playing. What's his name? He'll probably be playing
Terry.
Terry. He'll probably be playing Terry. I can see Bradbury because I could see him playing Curtis Samuel because Curtis Samuel has been used a lot with Carson Wentz. I think they've been getting some kind of chemistry going. So I think Bradbury will be locking up Samuel or Dotson. But they got a good receiving core as well. I'm not going to say they have a better receiving core than us. They don't. But they got a pretty good receiving core. Like theirs is not bad. So we just gotta watch out.
It'll be interesting to see because Wentz loves his tight ends. Who we're gonna have on Logan Thomas? Whether that be Kaiser White, whether that be Edward.
Yeah, Edwards. Yeah, I'd be fine with Edwards. I think Edwards did a really good job this week as well. I think Kaiser would be as good as well. I think Kaiser. He didn't have the impact he had the Lions game, or I'm trying to think if he had an impact back then. But yeah, no, we'll see what happens with the linebacker core. But we got to see what happens with the D line though. When we need the D line to get back to form,
dude. And I was saying it again.
Yeah.
When Davis wasn't playing, they ran all up and down on us.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Vikings. Like, what are you doing, Gannon? Keep him in. Holy crap.
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean, the corners. I'll tell you the good thing. Us getting some picks, us getting some deflections, kind of eliminated. Not eliminated, but it kind of made it a little quieter, like that the defensive line wasn't playing good. So it kind of distracted us from the defensive line struggles. I'll tell you that. So I think that's a good thing about it. But yeah, you got to get your act together. And I think some of the players like Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox are going to have some vengeance against Wentz. And they're going to want to go down to DC and just go all over him, hopefully. I mean, we'll see what Gannon wants him to do. But I say, you know what, go after Wentz. Get him pissed off.
Yeah. So who do you see locking down the receivers?
So I like what KJ said. I agree. I think that Slay is going to take down Slay is going to take on Terry McLaurin. I think that Bradbury is going to take on Curtis Samuel. A little bit nervous about Maddox on Dotson just because I think Dotson is going to be a really good speed threat. But I think that the Vikings have a better receiving core than the Commanders. So the thing I'm nervous about is Carson Wentz, revenge, playing at home early in the season. Eagles, coming into this game, I think maybe kind of the favorite, not the underdog. I think we were kind of doubted in that Vikings game. I'm a little bit nervous about this game. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So it's really going to be up to, I really think, these cornerbacks to be able to force Carson Wentz to make mistakes. And to us three in the stands to get loud as shit to get in Carson Wentz's head.
Yeah, we're gonna be a little high up. I mean, if we could get we get our hands on a megaphone or something, we could get in his head. and we can piss him off.
What would you say on the megaphone to piss him off?
Oh, that's a good question. Get your ass back to North Dakota, you ginger, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I would say that too, but that comment that Ashley had makes a lot of sense, and that's why I'm nervous about this game.
Yeah.
What's up, Mason? How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming through tonight. Guys, the fact that we're about to hit 20,000 followers on TikTok is amazing. Thank you guys so much for all your support, for the love, everything. Week 3 predictions, though, guys. Let's keep it to strictly business. We're going to FedEx Field. We're going to be there tailgating with some friends, having a good time. Give me a prediction. Give me a score prediction. What's going to happen at FedEx Field? The real KJ McCoy.
Ooh, let's go. All right. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Wentz is going to have some vengeance for sure. But I think the Eagles' D-line is going to have some vengeance. I heard Brandon Graham's interview on, Tuesday, and he seemed pretty pumped. And he seemed like he loves Wentz, but at the same time, though, he's like, you're going down. So I don't know what Gannon's game plan is, but I would like to see them put some pressure on Wentz, get him flustered, get him pissed, and because we've seen it from Wentz that he can get rattled. He can, and he used to not, but now he's getting rattled in general. But yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Eagles get the dub. I really do. I think we go there and it's going to be worth it. I think we win 34-27.
Okay, good.
27.
I like that.
Jalen Hurts is a good game. I'll tell you that. And Devonta gets a touchdown.
You know, I'm gonna be the play devil advocate. I think until mid-season, I'm not pushing over any game we have against us. Like we have said, there's a lot expected out of us in the season. We're probably one of the best teams we've had. But yeah, Commanders, they're not a shitty team at all by any means. I mean, our last 3 competitors aren't shitty teams at all. So it's a matter of Gannon bringing the pressure early, because once we get the pressure, get some sacks and Wentz, he's going to be a little injured or whatever, not going to be playing as well. Bring that force. Don't do it every drive or whatever. But get Davis in there, get Graham in there, get Cox in there, get Sweat in there. Sweat had two sacks last week. So it's going to be a battle of, I think, the line in the trenches, because once we get past, I don't think the Commanders have the best of an offensive line. So if we get past them, bring some pressure, I think this would be a dub for us. I'm expecting a lot out of the D-line, and I think, like KJ said, it's going to be not easy dub. This is going to be a dub. I want to say it's going to be 21-28 Eagles. Devonta Smith's going to have 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown's going to have 2 touchdowns. And I think we're going to have a rushing touchdown from Hurts. I hope we do. But that's my prediction. I'm excited for this game. I'm glad to be there. It's gonna be worth us going there. You're gonna enjoy seeing it through our eyes, and we're gonna have a good time. So let's go. Let's bring it to them.
Yeah, it's pretty much at FedEx Field, because I've been there before. We're not gonna be the only Eagles fans there. I mean, we travel, man.
It's so
travel.
close.
So
It's so
I'll tell you
close,
right now, it's pretty close. So, and it's not technically in DC. I mean, it's in Landover, Maryland. So that's a good thing. Jack has a fear of the city of DC. So don't worry, Jack. We're not going to DC. It's okay. We're going to Landover, Maryland. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Can't wait. So if any of you guys are there, we'll be tailgating, and look out for us for sure. You won't miss us.
We'll be with, Philly sports trips, and we'll be with the Philly sports guy probably, because they were the ones who told us in the beginning of the year at 4th and John. Shout out to all 3 of those organizations and Philly sports guy people. But they are awesome. So come tailgate with us. I'm sure that they don't mind. Come take pictures. Come hang out. I'm sure we'll have stickers or something we'll give away. And just say go Birds.
Dutchie, what are you thinking this week? How are you feeling?
So I'm thinking that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this game, but it is going to be, as the kid from Delco says, a pissing match, Dutch. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a sweaty one. It's going to be just an absolute dogfight. Carson Wentz is going to be going against his old team. KJ McCoy said it earlier. He's a ginger. He's going to have vengeance on his mind. No, I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, Carson Wentz is a really good player. And when Carson Wentz gets pissed off, we've seen it before. Carson Wentz plays really well. Not that Jalen Hurts isn't the same player. I did hear Jalen Hurts talk about it today, and he said that there's a mutual respect between the two of them. And I love that. I think that this is going to be a great game. And I do kind of give the advantage to the Commanders just because I think that the Eagles are not the underdog. The Eagles are going to be riding high coming in after beating the Vikings. We're going to be at FedEx Field, and it's Carson Wentz going against his old team, who he practiced against, these players know each other, whether you want to admit it or not. You know who Carson Wentz's first ever interception in his career was to? Anybody know? That's tonight's.
Darius Slay.
There you go.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dalton, the mayor of Delaware.
Shout out to Fantasy Football Network. I got it tonight. We didn't have one. It's all good. But that's the trivia tonight. Darius Slay was Carson Wentz's first ever interception. I knew that by heart.
I didn't mean to say that. My bad. I didn't know it was a trivia question.
It's all good. I mean, we're at the end of the show anyway, so it makes sense. But do you think that Darius Slay will have another interception on this man?
Yeah, no. So. Once we bring the pressure, we're going to get a nice little pick into our little basket. Darius Slay is going to take it back, pick 6, baby. I think, or get tackled like midfield. But it's gonna be a red zone. It's gonna be a red zone pick for sure. I'm putting $1 on that.
Yeah, I think at like the most crucial moment of the game or something.
Yeah, like it's like literally we're up by a field goal. They're making a drive in the red zone, and we pick it off, seal a deal. Eagles.
Oh, Bradbury pick 6.
That'd be nice. I think Slay is gonna. I think he's gonna really be like. I mean, the way that he missed he deflected like 3 balls last week. But like the thing is, I feel like he wants to make up for those, and he wants to get some picks. And he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna drop anymore. I'm just gonna get some picks. I'm gonna ball out in this game. So I think he is going to read everything Wentz is coming at him. I don't think anybody is going to be able to burn out Darius Slay. He's got the confidence in the world right now, so I'm excited to see him.
Hot take: Epps is going to have a pick, or he's going to cause a fumble.
Ooh, I told you Epps wasn't bad.
He was hitting hard against the Vikings. I don't know if you saw that play.
Yeah,
he cracked.
He had one thing. He had the momentum play. I don't know if you saw, but he was back up a little bit. He had the momentum, kind of like. I mean, obviously he's no Dawkins, but. It reminded me the momentum he had. He was backing up, and he was going right into it. I was like, shit, that kind of looks like Dawkins a little bit, but obviously not to an extent and never to Dawkins, I'll tell you that. What's up?
You two over here comparing Epps to Dawkins.
No, I'm not.
He's a hard hitter.
No, I'm not comparing the Dawkins. I'm just saying that certain play, though.
Dutch, I'm backstage. Dutch, bring me on. Dutch, bring me on.
Dutch, come on, Dutch. Come on,
do it for New God, if you did it, I'm going to be
Let's go, Jalen Hurts. Hey, baby.
Here we go. God bless, go Birds. Starting it off like we always start out. Tells us jack shit. No pun intended, Jack. Where do you guys want to go after this?
He's taller than 6'2". He's older than 24. Let's go Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is number 3. His number isn't close to that. And he's not a QB.
It's greater than 1.
It would tell us if it was close. It would be yellow because that number's 2 away.
He's got to be number 1.
So he's got to be higher than 1. So like think of a defensive player in the AFC.
TJ Watt.
All right, JJ, I like that.
He's not in the AFC.
All right.
Yeah, he is. He's on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, I was thinking defensive player. Hold on, I might be able to get this.
Defensive tackle. What's that guy's name from the
Myles Garrett?
Bengals?
From the who?
Henderson.
But no, don't go with him. Don't go with him. The number's too high. The number's too high. You can't go with Henderson.
What number is he?
He's 91. Don't go with him.
You're right.
So then Myles Garrett's too much too then.
Let's go with a safety. Let's go Chuck Clark.
Ooh, Chuck Clarky.
All right, not Baltimore, not Pittsburgh.
Let's go with Derwin James.
Denzel Ward.
He's in the North. He's either on the
Denzel Ward.
Yeah, it's not Derwin James. Derwin James played for Chargers.
Denzel Ward.
He's a Bengal, Dutch.
Jesse Bates.
No, he's not a corner. It's probably Eli Trashel.
Eli Crapple.
It's Dave Awuzie. I think it's Shadabe.
Awuzie.
I actually know who that one is.
Oh, JJ doesn't even know today.
Oh, GJ.
A Bengals corner. That's not Shadabe Awuzie. That's not Mike Hilton.
We don't know if it's Mike Hilton.
It could be
It's
Hilton.
not Hilton.
It
It's
could be
not.
Mike Hilton head. It could
How
be
do you know that, Dutch?
'Cause
Come
I
on,
know-
Dutch. I know everything, Dutch. Come on.
I'm
Us
I'm
New
on
Borough
it.
Golden Eagles know everything.
It's Goldbacks, not Jackson Hill.
It's
Yes.
Goldbacks, Dutch.
Jackson
Sorry,
Hill.
Dutch. It's
Anyway,
Golden
go
Back
ahead,
Eagle.
JJ. What were you saying?
Well, Charles said Jackson Hill. Let's try that one.
Daxton Hill?
It's only one. Oh, never mind.
Jackson
Nice
Hill?
guess, Charles. You messed this up. I'm not gonna swear because
JJ, what am I typing?
I'm trying to think. It's not Hilton. It's not
Spank Jefferson, Dutch.
Jalen Davis. Try Jalen Davis. Try Jalen Davis.
All right, Jalen Davis.
Fuck.
Oh my God, we've been through 4 corners.
God damn it, Ben. You fucking
Mason said this game is not
Trey
fun.
Flowers.
Evan
It's gotta be Trey
JJ.
Flowers.
Segi
Trey
ho.
No, 1E. 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 No. No Y. No Y. No Y. Trey Flowers, yes.
Yeah!
I got it, Dutch. Trey Flowers, Dutch.
Let's go.
All right, guys, that was all 100% JJ
Yes, it
Seglio,
was.
Notre
New
Dame
Borough.
fan of the year.
Nah, Jack, we suck.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all.
Well,
right.
with that note, Jack, do you want to do your usual?
Yeah, I guess we don't have a fun topic or not.
That was our fun topic.
No,
Yeah,
we do have a fun topic, though. The fun topic is how bad are those Eagles going to beat the living crap out of those Washington?
All right, let's Zep, it's not an intro, it's an outro. Let's take that outro, please.